Welcome back, students. Last lecture we discussed instruction set, its classification, and hexadecimal number system, right? So now in this lecture we will study what are the arithmetical instructions and if we give these arithmetical instructions to the processor and how it performs addition. That means instructions as we discussed earlier, these are used for giving direction to the processor. These are used for giving direction to the processor for performing proposed or dedicated task. So our first set of instructions is data transfer instructions. Okay, so data transfer, as we discussed in the introductory part of instruction sets video, that these are used for moving data or transferring data from or between, that is moving data between the registers, that means from general purpose registers within that means from B to C, D to E, H to L likewise, or for transferring data from these general purpose registers to the memory device and vice versa. So what are these instructions so that we can perform these tasks? So here our first instruction on the screen, you are seeing that it is MOV. Okay, so generally instructions we are coding as opcode. So opcode means operation code. That means it is a code designed for operation. So MOV, this is a opcode or instruction which is used for moving data between the register. That means we can move from B to C, D to E likewise, or we can move our data from memory device to the registers or vice versa. So here operands means upon which we are going to perform operation, right? So here operands are RD and RS. Our first set is RD and RS. So RD means destination register and RS means source registers. So here remember, both destination and source registers are from only our general purpose registers B, C, D, A and HL. Right? So now whenever I am writing MOV B comma C, right? Whenever I am writing MOV B comma C, that means contents from the C register are copied or moved to the B register. Remember, generally moved means here in this case contents of the C register remains as it is, but just these are copied to the B register. Okay, so whenever I am writing move B comma C, that means data is copied from C to the register B. Remember, your flow is like this. Okay, in example you are saying that move B comma C. This is the instruction. If I write, then content from C register are copied to the B, right? So suppose I am writing MOV A comma M. So A is our accumulator register. So A comma M, that means content from the memory device and that is from particular memory location of the memory device are copied to your accumulator A. You remember the flow of movement, that is data flow is from right to left. This arrow indicates from right to left. That means your first operand indicates destination and this second operand is your source, right? So from source we are copying to the destination. So another example I will take. Suppose I am writing MOV M comma B. So this means content of the B registers are moved or are copied to the content of the B registers are moved to the memory device and in the memory device to a particular memory location. As we discussed in our last lectures, that memory device constitutes of small parts. Each part is memory location. So each memory location has unique 16-bit address. So whenever we want to move data from B to M, that is to the memory, we can write this command M. We can use this M for memory device, but you have to specify the 16-bit address of your particular memory location to which you are going to move. At that time, your 16-bit address you have to load in HL pair of the general purpose register. Remember, HL pair of general purpose register. In this we have to give 16 digit binary address, unique address of memory location. So now you have got the idea of move instruction. So now next is MVI, right? So it indicates move immediate. Okay, move immediate, that means you can also refer that directly I can give input data to the particular register or memory device. Remember, directly I can give our data, that means manually. Suppose I want to give any 8-bit number, or suppose in hexadecimal I write, suppose I want to give 09H. 09H, this is the 8-bit binary number, but it is 2-digit hexadecimal now, right? So suppose I want to give this 09H, so to the any register, we are having 6 general purpose registers and A as the accumulator. So you can use this MVI command. This indicates move immediate. So I can write MVI to which register you want to give immediate number, you can specify here. So suppose I am writing A, I want to give to the accumulator, right? So then mention comma and immediately you can write your number, right? So 09H, H you have to write because it is a hexadecimal number. So after writing this command, your 09H, this is your immediate data, that is our manual data, it is delivered to your A, right? So accumulator is loaded with 09H. So this MVI command is used for giving immediate data from user side to the register or memory device. I can also write MVI, then I can write MVI, then suppose I want to give data to the memory device, and to the memory device to a particular memory location, then in HL pair you have to again load 16-bit address, and here in hexadecimal case 4-digit hexadecimal number, which is the unique address of particular memory location of the memory device. So then only at that time, or after giving address to the HL pair, only at that time you can use this M letter for storing or for moving your data to the memory device. So now I am writing MVIM. M means I want to move my data, or I want to give immediate data, my user data, to the memory location of the memory device. So I can write MVI M, 09H. So this 8-bit binary number is, that means it is a 2-digit hexadecimal, means 8-bit binary number. So directly is copied or it is given to the particular memory location of memory device of which address is specified by HL pair, right? So now MVI you have got the idea. Then LXI. Okay, so okay, we will skip the instruction because we have to cover, we are just okay, I will cover, no problem. LXI, right? So let it be the little bit more video, more length video, but you should understand everything, right? So next instruction is LXI. So this instruction is used for giving 16-bit data. Remember, it is used for giving 16-bit data to the register pair, as we are having 3 register pairs, that is first is BC, then DA, and then HL. We are having 1, 2, 3 register pairs. So each register handles 8-bit data, but together this pair can handle 8 plus 8, that is 16-bit data. So now this register pair now can handle 16-bit data, right? So whenever I want to give 16-bit number, that means I want to store 16-bit number, so I can store in this any of these pairs. So for that I want to just access the command, that is LXI, and then pairs first register. Okay, we are having BC, DE, and HL. So pairs first register of the first pair is B, and second pair is D, third pair is H. So here just you have to write LXI. Okay, I will write again LXI, then B. If I write LXI, then I write B, comma 16-bit data. That means I want to store to that pair, right? So 16-bit binary means 4-digit hexadecimal. So I can write 1, 2, 3, 4 H. right? 1 2 3 4 H. So this is your 16 digit or 16 bit binary data. So we can directly give to the BC pair, right, by using this command. So now, as I discussed earlier, that whenever you are accessing memory location by using this M letter or M operand, so you have to store the 16-bit unique address of a particular memory location in HL pair. So you can store here using this command LXI, then H, comma, particular memory location. Suppose that memory location is your first memory location of the memory device. So it may be, or it is actually 0000H. This is your 16-bit address, right, as it is a 4-digit hexadecimal. So you can specify your 16-bit address in HL pair, and then you can access this M letter for pointing to particular memory location, right? So now you have got the idea of LXI. So now next is LDA, load accumulator. As we discussed that accumulator performs load and store functions. So that means loading data from a particular memory location of a memory device to the accumulator and storing accumulator's data to a particular memory location of a memory device. But for that we require the 16-bit unique memory address of the particular memory location, right? So for that instruction is, that means for loading data from a memory device to the accumulator, you can use this instruction, that is you can use LDA, right? 1 minute. Okay, so here LDA we can use for loading data from memory device. So you can use this LDA command for loading data from particular memory location of a memory device. So for that you require 16-bit address of the particular memory location, so that you can access that data from that memory location and you can load to the accumulator. So here just you have to specify after LDA command, that is the 16-bit address. So here in this case 4-digit hexadecimal. So I can write 0000H, or I can also write LDA 1234H. So both these addresses are 16-bit wide, right? So that means whenever we are accessing this instruction, so whatever the data is stored in this first location, that is 0000H, it is given or it is retrieved to the accumulator, loaded to the accumulator. Whenever we are accessing this command LDA 1234H, so at that time whatever the data is stored in a memory location having this 1234H as a memory address, so it is loaded to your accumulator, right? So this is a LDA. And then next is STA. It is exactly reverse. That means for storing data from accumulator to a particular memory location of a memory device, again you have to write STA and then you have to specify that 1235. I write here 5 because it means this address is just next to your previous address which we used for loading our data, right? So if I write STA 1235H, so at that time your contents of the accumulator are moved or are copied here, in this case in this particular memory location of which the address is 1234H, sorry 1235H, right? You are getting STA command stores accumulator's value to the memory device and in memory device to the particular memory location. So just we have to specify 16 binary address in front of STA command. So 16-bit binary means 4-digit hexadecimal, as we discussed. So we can now give our accumulator's data to a particular memory location. That means we can store our data. So these are, up to now we have studied what? These are the data transfer instructions for transferring data between the registers, between the memory and registers. So now next set of instructions is arithmetic instructions. Okay, as we discussed, arithmetics are subtraction, addition and comparison here. So we will start with addition, right? So addition, these instructions are used for adding two numbers. Remember, two numbers, because we are, as we discussed in block diagram, we are having only two inputs, right, to the arithmetic and logic unit. So we can perform at a time operation only on two numbers. So now add, then ADC, ADI and ACI we will study one by one. So remember, as earlier we discussed that, so whenever you are going to do addition, subtraction, any operation, you are having two numbers. So remember, your first priority is that you have to load your first number. That means any of these two numbers to the accumulator compulsory. Remember, so that means your one operand is compulsory in accumulator, right? That means your one number, whenever we are going to perform addition, subtraction or comparison, at that time your one number must be in your accumulator. So you can load by using previous instructions, that is move, then MVI, LDA, right? So your second number can be from, as we discussed, your second number can be from general purpose registers, then memory device or direct input, right? So now direct input means immediate data we can give. So now always remember, whenever we are explaining these instructions of the addition or subtraction, your one number is compulsory in your accumulator, right? So now your first instruction is add. So operands are R and M. That means you can add accumulator data with your register data or with your memory data, right? So suppose I write add B. So this instruction performs A plus B. That is, contents of the accumulator are added with contents of B. And remember, whatever the result is, result of the operation, whatever the addition is, again the addition is the result. So result is again stored back to the accumulator. Remember, whenever you are performing any kind of operations, the result of the arithmetic and logic unit, whatever the result is, in this case here addition is, so this addition is stored back to the accumulator. So now suppose I am writing add C. So it means A plus C, right? Add contents of A with contents of C register, right? So similarly, suppose I write add M. So it is add contents of accumulator with contents of memory location. And at that time, whenever we are using this letter M, so we have to store 16-bit unique address to the HL pair, right? So how to store? You can use LXI command, LXIH, then 16-digit number or 16-bit binary number. But here we are using hexadecimal system, so that means 4-digit hexadecimal number, right? So only at that time we can use M. So whenever I am writing instruction add M, so it means A plus M, right? And whatever the addition is there, that result of addition is again stored back to A, right, after addition. So now ADC, that is add with carry. So whenever you are performing three addition, right, suppose you are having three numbers, so here we have to divide into two steps for addition of these three numbers. So we add first two numbers and then the result of first two numbers we add with third number, and then at the last whatever we are result getting, it is our 3-digit addition. But remember, whenever we are adding first two numbers, okay, I will write here, suppose your first number is X, then next is Y and Z. Suppose I am adding X plus Y, so at that time, suppose here if carry is generated, so carry may generate, right? So whatever the result here, suppose this is R, but if carry is generated, I write here carry as 1. Okay, so 1 R. So R is your result, but 1 is your carry. right? So don't confuse. Okay, whenever you are adding three numbers x, y and z, so our task is first add x plus y. So whatever you are, suppose you are getting result r, but okay, I writing here as 1r because carry may generate, as we are adding two single digit number, but output may be two digit, that is suppose 9 plus 8 we are getting 17. So 7 is your addition and 1 is your carry. So similarly in your this fashion also this can happen whenever you are adding first two numbers, that is x and y, so carry may generate. So you have to add that carry with your, that means this is your result, right? So but remember r is your result and 1 is your carry, right? So as we are handling 8-bit data, so this carry is nothing but the ninth number. Remember we are dealing with 8-bit data, that means we are adding 8-bit numbers, but result may be 9-bit. So 9-bit means this is your carry. So at that time we have to add that carry with the third number. Only at that time addition result is clear, that is the result is true or correct, otherwise it is not correct. So that means whenever, okay, my motto is to tell you that whenever you are adding 3 or 4 numbers one by one, that is first two numbers, then we are getting the result, then add third number to the result, but at that time you have, if carry is generated, you have to add carry also. So you can use this ADC command, right? Whenever you are going to add multiple numbers, you can use this ADC. So working of ADC is similar to add, ADD, right? So suppose I am writing ADC B, so it adds A plus B plus carry bit. So this carry bit is from your flag register. That means whenever if carry is generated from the result, so that carry bit from the flag register becomes 1, right? So this carry flag, as we discussed the flag register in the block diagram, so this 1 bit, that is the 1 number, that is which is a carry generated, is added with A plus B, right? So you have got the idea of ADC. That means addition of contents of the accumulator with contents of the register or contents of memory along with carry if generated from previous addition, right? So now next is ADI. So add immediate. So immediate, now again you have got the idea that immediate means our input data from user side. So suppose I want to add content of the accumulator with my number, right? My any number, suppose 09H. So I can write just ADI then 09H, right? H is a hexadecimal data. So this instruction state that A plus 09. Okay, A plus 09. A means contents of the A register and 09 is our immediate data or our user side data. So this ADI command is used for adding contents of the accumulator with immediate data or our user input data, which is 8-bit. So 8-bit binary means 2-digit hexadecimal, right? So now ACI is similarly, that is add contents of the accumulator with immediate data with carry, because whenever you are doing multiple additions, so carry may be generated, so that carry we can add, so that we can get correct result. So now this set is for addition, right? So now subtraction. So for subtraction I will not discuss more, because its working is exactly similar to the addition. Its working is exactly similar to the addition. Here only thing is we are just subtracting from A. Earlierly we were adding to the A. A means accumulator. I will just okay, I will give one example so idea will become clear. So SUB, your first instruction. So suppose I am writing SUBC. So that means A minus C, right? So remember, whenever we are adding, subtracting or comparing, your one number is compulsory in accumulator. So your second number can be from this general purpose register or memory. So I can again write here SUB M. So it is A minus M. So whatever the number we have stored in A, just so it gets subtracted from number which is stored in a memory location of memory device, right? So this instruction use SUBM means A minus M. Then you can subtract. Okay, then next instruction is SBB. So SBB means subtract with borrow, right? Subtract with borrow. That means whenever we are subtracting, borrow may be generated. So that borrow we have to subtract for getting accurate results. So if I write SUBB, if I write SBB means it is nothing but A minus, okay, SBB, then your operand here, okay, I write E, right? E is a general purpose register. So it indicates A minus E minus 1. So 1 is here borrow, right? So borrow means again that carry bit is also here in whenever we are dealing with borrow. So then again that CY bit, which is a carry bit from your flag register, is used here. That means this CY bit, whenever we are performing addition, it indicates what? It indicates carry, and in subtraction it indicates borrow, right? So SBBE means A minus E, contents of the accumulator minus contents of the E register minus this your borrow if generated, right? So borrow normally generate when if the upper number is low, if having lower value than the lower number, that is if upper number is smaller than lower number. So in this case, if the number in A is smaller than the number in E, so borrow is generated. So now SUI. So SUI means subtract immediate. So you can subtract accumulator's contents from your what? So from your immediate data. That means data from your user side. So I have written here 09H. So that means A minus 09. So here A means whatever the data or whatever the number is there in A, it is subtracted from this 09. And we know that whatever we are getting the result, so it is again stored or it is given to the accumulator A. So now SBI, right? So SBI means State Bank of India, right? No, so that I'm just kidding. So here SBI means subtract accumulator's data from your immediate input along with borrow, right? So SBI, I am writing suppose 09H. So it means A minus 09 minus CY. Here CY acts as borrow. If borrow is generated from previous subtraction, then we can, that means whenever we are performing multiple subtraction, at that time borrow may be generated, so that borrow gets subtracted if we use this SBI command. So this is all about subtraction. So next video lecture we will study the remaining instruction sets, which are these are the arithmetic instructions are remaining. I will explain these and we will stop and we will continue in next lecture. So arithmetical instruction remaining instructions are there. I will explain in this video. Okay, so on the screen you can see that INR. So this INR instruction is used for increasing contents of the register or contents of the memory location by value 1. Okay, that means suppose if in B register there is 05H is a value. If I use this INR command, INRB, so after execution of this, your B's value becomes 06H, right? That means INR is used for incrementing the data of the register or memory device by value 1. Similarly, this DCR, it is used for decrementing the value of register or memory device by 1. I can give example DCRM. So content of the memory location, suppose in M I have stored 09H as a value, right? So here DCRM means decrement value by 1. So then after execution of this instruction, M's value becomes 0 at H, that is it is decremented by 1. Then CMP, these are used for comparison, comparing two numbers. So you have to store or you have to load your first number with which you are going to compare another number. So that first number you have to store compulsory in accumulator. So now CMP, we are having two operands, that is R and M. So suppose I am writing CMP CMPB. So it means comparison of A and B. So data which is stored in accumulator and data which is stored in B register are compared. So now how to get the result of the comparison, right? So we have given command CMP B. So we have to compare A comma B, right? That is the content from accumulator and content from B register. So here you can see on the chart, if A is less than B, right? If A is less than B, then carry flag is set. That means CY becomes 1, right? CY becomes 1. CY is a carry bit which is in your flag register as we discussed in block diagram. So suppose if A is equal to B, right? So at that time 0 flag sets, right? Here you can see that 0 flag sets. That means Z flag in your flag register is equal to 1. And if last set is if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, at that time CY becomes 0 and Z bit also becomes 0, right? So which is given by this line, if A is greater than register or memory. Here in this case we are dealing with B. So carry and 0 flags are reset. So reset means 0 and set means 1, right? So if A is greater than B, CY is 0 and Z is 0. So we can compare, that means depending upon results of the carry bit, Z bit and both carry and Z bit actually. So we can compute that what is the result of the comparison, less than, greater than or equal to. So last is CPI, right? So this command is used for comparing your user input 8-bit data with accumulator data, right? So suppose I am writing CPI A comma 09H. So it is nothing but the comparison of data from A and data this 90H direct data. So again depending upon result of operation, this CY bit or 0 bit becomes set or reset, and we can say that if A is whether A is greater than 09, less than or equal to, after seeing the values from carry flag, 0 flag, right? So up to now we have covered your these data transfer instructions, then arithmetic instructions, right? Arithmetic instructions. In arithmetic we studied addition, subtraction and comparison, right? So next video lecture we will study logical instructions, right? And then branching instructions. Okay, so thank you.